What's good, people? If you haven't logged into the game already, see it. Wemby is finally here. Okay. Don't know how they managed to line it up and whether they did it on purpose with him getting his playoff win, his finals MVP, and everything like that. But we're not going to ask no questions. We're excited. Y'all are excited. I'm excited. Okay. We finally got him. Crazy enough to say, as good as I thought he was from already using him on the Taiwan service a little bit, he is way better now that I can actually read his abilities and see everything that he can do so I can use him properly. Um, but he is just overall insane. So we're going to talk about some abilities. I'm going to let some gameplay run so y'all can see how he runs, how he plays, and things like that. We'll talk about a few tips that might help you out with trying to run with him for the first couple weeks while everybody is trying to get their hands on him, and we'll move on. Okay. Now, look, ability wise, offense and defense is crazy. This is why he's the best. Okay. You got his dunk. This is basically his dribble move set, allowing you to go pretty much whichever direction you want. You can go backwards, you can go side to side, you can go forward. Excuse me. There is a max of 2 dribbles. So you can go to the right and then back, to the left and then back, forward and then to the right, however you want to do it. And the way it will work is you can go into a step back with your shot button, as long as you're holding it backwards, away from the goal rather than backwards. But as long as you're holding it away from the goal, you can go into your step back, which you can then cancel by then pressing the dribble button again. Show y'all a quick little example of it here just so you can get a good idea of what I'm talking about. Do your dribbles, step back, and just completely not show you. I feel like it's almost tradition that I gotta mess up when I'm showing y'all what to do. I don't think I should have to put all talents on because I got them maxed out, but let's do it just in case. Okay, so dribble, step back, and you can keep going, right? On top of that, you got his regular pull up, you got his step back pull up, which was that one right there. His distance for shooting is also just insane for no reason. We still doing the step back. Can I not get the regular pull up? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just show y'all in here, man. There we go, the pull up fade. That's the one I'm talking about right there. You still fade away from the goal. You're just not doing the step back beforehand. But between mixing that up with all the different dribble moves, you can cover an insane amount of space on the court. I guess technically this you could say this is one of our first dribble cancel people before we get Halliburton. But similar to like somebody else pointed out, technically KD can dribble cancel too and only go forward. It's kind of the same thing with Wemby. There is a little more variation because you can cancel, go forward, but then go like to the side and then do another step back versus where Durant, you have to just straight up walk backwards if you want to start going back again after you start doing your cancels. Um, so that makes him pretty nice. Okay. Before we get to his defensive stuff, we'll just talk about the passive because it worked kind of into everything. And the ultimate. Ultimate, real quick, the overall of it is you get a defensive one that gives you a snatch block. You get an offensive one that will give you like this running one-legged three-pointer, right? His passive, which you can use your ultimate to switch between, gives you 2 bars on offense, 2 bars on defense. Filling those 2 bars up is going to give you basically different little enhancements to everything that you can do. Having the 2 defensive ones is going to give you enhanced defense, better block angle, movement speed, contest rate, rebound, things like that. Offense, you're going to get a better contest angle. It's going to go down faster, faster movement speed, and increased, I think, mid-range accuracy. I don't think it does three-point accuracy. I do know it does mid-range accuracy, though. But yeah, with the ultimate, you're able to use it. Say if you have um, one or two offensive stacks, but you're in a defensive possession and you want to use a defensive ability with its passive boost, you can use his ultimate to switch which um, which bars you have currently. So you could switch one of those offensive ones for a defensive one, or vice versa. You're on offense and you got defensive stacks you want to use to get an offensive ability off real quick with its passive. You can use your ultimate ability to switch it over. Do got to make sure you don't got the ball in your hand, but yeah, you can switch it over. Now, when we talk about his defense, okay, he has his regular block that is already insane. Cause I've gotten some like strange, like behind people and just weird angles on his blocks to go off already. Likely maybe because of the passive. I haven't paid that much attention. I'm still getting used to it, but it's pretty insane. And then one of his abilities for his block is when you do it, you're going to be able to jump again. Say if somebody pump fakes you like bigs like to do when they get into the paint. Um, After that first jump, you're going to get a boost to still be able to go up with a second jump at about the same speed and still have a good chance at blocking. People will figure this out quickly and just spam it probably twice to get you to go for those two jumps, because after that it does have to reset. But if for whatever reason they go up that second time, you got them. And that's just a part of his kit, so he can always do that. On top of his rebounding ability, first off, just his animation for rebounding is insane. He has a regular one, but he also has like this crazy one-handed jump rebound that he does kind of on a regular basis. You are able to pass out of his rebound once you unlock the talent for it, which is also just quite insane. Um, what else is there? I want to say ability wise, that's kind of it. But you see how when I said how he was kind of overall and good at everything in my superstar video, this is what I was talking about. Rebounding, blocking, defense. Overall, he has a defensive dash as well, allowing him to catch up to his defenders. Um, and then all the stuff he can do on offense, whether you want him to be primary ball handler and you want the ISO for you, you want him to space the floor, just be a shooter for you. He also has an insane consistency from three for whatever reason, to go along with the fact that he can shoot further than anybody else in the game, more consistently at least, because it's not a lot of people that can really get those to go in from that far. Um, Overall, he's just insane. Okay. Now, when we talk enhancements, the first one I wanted to go ahead and get immediately, because it's just going to help you with those passive boosts a lot more by charging up your stacks faster. Okay. You can see he has a long range accuracy drop boost in there as well. But the main part of it is, yeah, you get a 33% boost to both your spear, which is your offense, and then your shield charge, which is on defense. Both very helpful. E4, I don't know if I plan on getting it. I know if you're going to be a big that's going to play on high level ranked, with the whales and things like that, they usually get all those bigs maxed out E7, because once you get to those levels, things like 3% rebound competitiveness do matter for you. So I'm not going to be moving him that far, but depending on how much you know you want to use him, um, it's worth it. Could be worth it. Same thing with his E6, getting contested against resistance against guards and small forwards, and then getting a 10% chance increase to shaking off power forwards and centers. Both can be very useful for you. Again, probably just not things I'm going to use for real like that. Now, when it comes to trying to use him right now, oh, by the way, potentials, you can kind of go wherever. I went with the 3 point rebound build, but you can realistically go with any of these. A lot of them probably work regardless, but I like the version of him that's able to shoot a lot more. It's probably where I'm getting that 3 point consistency that I told y'all about. Is pretty nice. But to talk about tips when it comes to being able to use him right now, especially because everybody is going to be trying to. I do this kind of no matter what on every new player I get because I feel like you should be practicing with them in some sort of way before you try start getting into ranked games. But I'll stay in 11 point. 11 point games allow you to go in without worrying about somebody else picking your character or anything. You just load straight in. So you know you will be able to use whatever character it is you intend to use. They're faster games, so whatever mistakes you're making, yeah, obviously it's gonna suck, but you can move on to the next game. Sometimes you'll get bots, sometimes you won't have bots. It just kind of depends, but they're the lower risk game to go into and try to get used to certain players. These also help because as new players start out with low amounts of trophies, like you can see, I only got 391 on Vic so far. People tend to want to play with people that have a higher amount of trophies on the player. Shows how proficient you are with that player, how much you've used them so far. So it very much helps. My method, I'll go in 11 point till I get to probably around 1,000 trophies or so, and then I will start coming in here, going to the recruitment page and trying to recruit a little team and move on from there. You feel me? And by that time, I'm usually familiar with the player and things are working out a lot better. And I know a lot of y'all are gonna say, "Oh, you're a guard, man. What are you playing on a center for? You just use the AI." Well, listen, okay, I'm pretty versatile at the game. I get bored very easily. Like the last time y'all had just seen me, just in the superstar video, I hadn't even used Steph, and I'm using him now. I had Harden maxed out. He is no longer. That's all on Iverson. I had Brown maxed out, changed that. We went and put it on Fuji. He's an elite, so I didn't technically use it on him. I kind of used it as a mix on Curry's talents and then put the rest on Wimby. Um, but even as my bigs before, you can see I had Tatum at star, good amount of games with him. I had Towns at star, good amount of games with him. Shit, Embiid, I had at legend. Not almost Hall of Fame, but pretty far. Okay. I kind of play around with everybody. I'm pretty decent at using anybody because I spend the time trying to figure out how it is each person is supposed to be used. So it's no big deal for me to use Wimby. I haven't been having too many crazy issues rebounding. Uh, Blocking some people that weren't out when I was playing big last time, like Wallace, um, Gordon, Morning, guys like that. Still have to work on getting that down, but that's just something that'll come along with playing the game and getting experience. So as long as you're getting your practice in, you're trying things out. Which, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm gonna use somebody else for an example, but I'm talking about Wimby with this. Obviously, there's going to be excitement because he's the new player out. But just in case you're trying to be careful with those tickets and you're on the edge on whether you want to get them, go to him like I'm doing on Brooke Lopez right now. Click on the abilities, click on skill practice. Okay. A lot of people know this, but some people don't. And you can click free practice, come in here, click all talents, and you can kind of try the person out, even if you don't have them. Okay. So that way you can get a good little idea of what they feel like, at least before you go spend your resources on them. You are also able to make a defender if you want to, try them out on defense, however you want to do it. But hopefully, this helped y'all out a little bit and y'all enjoyed this one. Um, I will be probably using gameplay of him for a while. I don't know if we'll do the whole defensive guy thing again because I'm not going to say he's not hard to defend, but um, it depends. We're gonna give it some time. We're gonna see how the rest of the week goes. But I do have a vid coming out soon showing the Android version of how to download Taiwan service. I'll probably drop that same day, later today or tomorrow, one of the two. Y'all should see it soon. But we're gonna see how this goes. Bless y'all and y'all team matchmaking. I'm telling you, play your 11-point games, please, before you go in ranked. You're gonna have a hard time. I promise you, if you go straight in there. But I appreciate y'all boys for watching, man. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch y'all on the next one.